I realize I got myself, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Stormiana, and I am back with another lit video. Before we get started in today's video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias listed in the description box below. I guess you can consider this a mukbang, but y'all know I'm finna tell y'all the story. I'm actually finna tell y'all the truth. Alright. Okay. First off, as always, I want to thank you guys for the love and continued support. God, I'm ashy. I want to thank you guys for all of my group chat folks for trusting me and to helping build your channels. I want to thank you for allowing me to do drops and all types of stuff like that. So thank you to my group chat friends. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you all. Okay, guys, so this, I guess we're gonna do a little backtrack. So as you seen by, like, I'm cold, y'all, don't mind me, but as y'all see from my last video, I dropped about Quinn. A lot of you guys, especially a lot of you guys inside the group chat, have had like a whole bunch of different questions, and I'm gonna do a separate video speaking about those questions, but I'm about to give you guys the whole entire backstory. Now, originally I was waiting to drop this video until after Quinn did her video, but she hasn't, so I gotta keep my content moving along. So here it is. So the backstory of me and Quinn. Okay, I met Quinn inside of a group chat, a lesbian group chat. Now, I'm actually pretty famous inside lesbian group chat worlds, group chats with niggas and bitches alike. Like, I'm really famous in group chat worlds, OnlyFans, Twitter group chats. Like, I'm really pushed out into those type of group chats, and that's how I met a lot of people. That's how I know a lot of network. That's how I know different people from different places. When I go places, that's how I turn up, because I know people from these group chats. Like, people be from all over. So I met Quinn in one of these group chats. Now, I want you to keep thought in mind. Quinn had stated to me that she knew me before I knew her. I think she said like a year and a half or something like that. I don't know, probably was in the group chat. I probably just did not know her specifically or pay her any attention. So me and Quinn met inside of a group chat. In a video I did on this channel, I had did my going to Houston vlog, and I said I was going to go there to this lady, put it on her, leave, and block her. Y'all remember that? Circumstances started to change after I left Houston. So the day I left Houston, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but the day I left Houston, Quinn had me drop her off to a shelter. Now, I had already like looked into Quinn's background, and like just off of having people, I know FBI agents, I know police officers, I know a few different people, I know nurses, doctors, lawyers alike. Like, I know different people in different lives. So I had already known about her charges, her felony charge for aggravated arson. I already knew about that. I did not know when I went to Houston that that's where she was at, that's where she was living, and that she wasn't working. None of these things were told to me beforehand. When I left Houston and when I dropped Quinn off at this shelter, I looked up the address as to what it was. Like, it just, I thought maybe like you know, different states have different things. I thought maybe like if she had just gotten out, like it was like a halfway house or something like that, or you know, like this was like someplace she was staying with family and friends for like probation and stuff like that. I was not aware of what it was because I don't know a shelter like that, like different shelters in different cities. I've only been in a shelter inside of Philadelphia, and this was before I gave birth to Mila. When I was pregnant, waiting for my house to open up, I was homeless. So those shelters are completely different from the shelters that Quinn was in Houston. So when I dropped her off, I didn't really think much of it until like maybe about 30 minutes off into the trip. I looked inside the address. I was in traffic and I just looked at the address and looked up what it was. So I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, that's really a fucked up spot to be in. Like, but then like other things started to happen. So like it was already said I was supposed to block Quinn when I left and not speak to her no more. And that was eventually the goal. Like, I didn't call her a lot of the way of the trip. Like, when I started driving back home to Georgia, I didn't get to calling her. Like, she kept calling me, and she was like, "Am I bothering you?" Da da da. And I was like, "Nah, it's cool." Like, I really wasn't even sure how I wanted to like address the situation. I'm pretty sure like because she didn't tell me and I had to find out on my own that it was like an embarrassing situation. And I was like, damn, I hope she not like embarrassed to tell me. Like, even if we just fucking, like, I feel like I'm the type of person you can come to tell me anything. Like, I've been through a whole lot of shit. Like, so like I wouldn't mind it, you know, if she'd just like said, hey, you know, like this going on, da da da. So, you know, we did eventually like get to calling each other and stuff, and we got to talking, and at one point in our conversation she had said like she doesn't have her ID. Like I think we was talking about flights. Like, she was like looking for a job with a felony in Houston is hard. I was like, damn, you're right. I was like, I don't know about nothing about Houston. Like, I've only been there the one time for her, and I've never lived there. Like, I haven't done any research on Houston to know what the fuck is going on or any resources in Houston at all. So I was like, well, if you was here, like, I can get you a job here. Like, they won't even run your background. Like, they just want a yes or no if you've been convicted. That's it. It doesn't really matter if you say yes or no because they're not gonna pull it. Like, I know them type of jobs where I live. So when we got down to the conversation, I'm like, I put you on a flight. Like, you come down. Now, here's why I did that. One, I can tell when somebody's trying. When somebody's trying and they probably just really ain't got nowhere else to like turn to, like, for either support or resources. Houston don't really seem like a felon friendly state. It definitely not with her felony. Like, but I knew for a fact like I could help her here. Now, when it came down to that, my first thought was like, I see some type of faith in her, like bringing her down with me, you know, that was like, I know I could help her for real. Like, and then it came down to like, she was like, I don't got my birth certificate, I don't got my social, I don't got my ID neither. I was like, damn, she ain't got nothing. So that's how Quinn ended up moving in with me. Now, I'm telling you guys this story because a lot of you, especially in the group chat, are confused. Some of you didn't even know she was the same Quinn I was just talking about. And some of you are like, a lot of my close friends are like lost off of how this even became a thing. Now, again, I bring Quinn down here to help her out. It wasn't It wasn't no relationship involved in that. I feel like those like feelings started to come, I want to say later, or at least for me later, in a way, I guess a little bit. But with my main goal of bringing Quinn in my house with me was to actually help her, like to genuinely help her, because I just seen something in her, like, yeah, like I feel like she can do something. Like, I just about the same thing I did with Danny. Like, I gave you a place to stay. All you gotta do is make do for yourself. And remember I told you guys Danny had got like $7,000-8,000 back in Texas and blew it within 48 hours. I could see like Quinn doing something different. She just really needed a leg up. Being in a shelter, like different rules apply, but like getting mail is like really always seems to be an issue in shelters. Now I've never been in a shelter that long to have, use their address or anything like that. But from people that I do know that have been in shelters and still are in shelters, they always complain about like getting their mail, getting documents and stuff like that if they don't have it. So that was a big thing. It was like if she can start making a way, I help her. Like, I help you out for real. So when Quinn came down here on a bus, and she got herself down here. Like, I believe she contacted the program and they paid for her whole way down here. All I had to do was go like 5-10 minutes up the road, pick her up from there, come back here. That was that, and she came here. So far, she has gotten all of her documents on her own, found a way to pay for them on her own, and all that different type of stuff. So me bringing Quinn here had absolutely nothing to do with any type of emotional feelings. It was like, damn sis, like I just really felt bad. Like, did I just really fuck this lady and didn't even know she was in the shelter? Like, I didn't like. And when people, like, I've told like maybe like 2 people this personally, and it was like, well, would it matter? Like, what does that mean? Like, do you think she dirty? And I was like, nah, it's not that. But damn, like, if you, I don't know how to put it. It's like, if you fucking somebody like that, I feel like that's something you would want to know. Like, I didn't even think to ask, because I just wanted to fuck, and I did. But even then, still, like, it was like, okay, you gotta, like, you can help her. Like, just help her out. Help her get somewhere, because she ain't getting nowhere. And this how I told it to her. Like, I can help you from Columbus, Georgia. I can't help you from Houston, Texas. I don't even know where to begin, how to start, and none of that. Like, I wouldn't even know who to tell. Like, I would say, get your CDL, but then the case got to be closed a certain amount of time before they even do something like that. So that was like a pushback in of our starting story. Now, as far as our relationship standing now, as you guys have seen that last video, this happened recent. I want to first thank all of you guys for checking up on me, giving your condolences. Like, I truly do appreciate all of you for that, because like I said, it was a serious thing, and you can tell it really did bother me. At this very moment, I have forgiven Quinn, and I have said, like, we can try to work past this. Little shade, gray areas to that, because, like, okay, you could try, but, like, you would have to have faith that it is gonna like genuinely last. Do I have faith in that at the moment? No, I don't. I don't. Like, I don't. I'm trying to move into a bigger house, and it's probably gonna be my last time moving before I either buy a house or start buying some land. Move one more time before Miley starts kindergarten. I don't see us moving together. I don't see that yet. Maybe because everything is still fresh and new just happening, and we need to take some time, but I don't see that happening this far right now. However, you know, a lot of I've seen a couple people like in my video on Instagram, like, you know, is you putting her out or anything like that. I've never done that. In the sense where I knew somebody like had absolutely nowhere to go. When Danny was leaving, you know, she got money and I put her back on a bus and she was gone. Like, and I gave her money after that. I'm not gonna put Quinn out unless I absolutely have to. Like, it would have to be like she's causing damage to my house. She trying to hurt me or the kids. It would have to be in those areas before I'd be like, yeah, I'm putting you out in the winter, in the snow, with nothing. Don't care where you go, who you know, what you got, what you don't got. Like, I'm not that type of person. This is Georgia. First of all, your closest shelter, you finna walk a good few miles to in the first place. That's for one. It might not even be spaces open and available because them folks is like embedded into their spot. That's for two. And I, you know, like the fact that she has done all of these things on her own, like get her own documents, she got her way down here, she has found a job, like, and the fact that she is trying is why I'm still like holding on a little bit. But honestly, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that to even considering pursuing this relationship after May. So as of right now, I would consider myself single. Like, I wouldn't consider myself in a relationship. Part of me feels like Quinn is like, you know, once I said the other day, like, yeah, we can try and figure this out, part of me feels like she keeps trying to push on this physical part that doesn't need to be pushed yet. Like today, she tried to hug me, and I gave her a side hug, and she was like, ooh, and she left out, and I think she went over to talk to my neighbor. The thing about it is like, stuff like that you have to work back up towards. Like, I don't know, it's like, it's almost like she still is just bypassing everything that that I feel aligning with that situation. Like, I did have my first day at work. My new job is overnight, and she was like, while you was asleep, I wanted to cuddle you because I miss you. Like, nah, I don't really feel like we in that space right now. I feel like I view you like definitely like as a roommate right now. Like, she came back into the room with me. She's not sleeping in the living room no more, but we're not under the same blankets. Like, we're not cuddling. I think that type of thing just needs to be worked towards right now, because I feel like she lost that trust with me as far as anything physical goes. So like, I mean, I guess that's really that. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a background, because not only have you guys been confused and realized, you know, that she is the same Quinn in the group chats when y'all went to go look in the description, like, yeah, it's the same girl. But a lot of y'all seem to be confused, as in y'all thought when I went to Houston it was a separate person. No, this is the same exact person. Now, granted, I am still gonna try, but there are some boundaries that I need to uphold, regardless of if I'm trying or not. Like, I don't, unless I enact physical touch, it shouldn't be done. It's just my boundaries. But I want you guys to know that I didn't bring Quinn here for any other reason but to genuinely help her. Again, resources are very different in Texas, and I would actually have to have taken time to learn that, or to figure out what was what, you know, before I can actually properly help her. And I feel like I've done so. Like, I feel like even if we do decide to split ways when it's time for me to move, I genuinely feel like Quinn would be okay because of the help and resources that I've given her. Like, she got all her documents, so, you know, getting a job is about the next part, you know. She still got that table offer open, you know, for a job that I told her to work at. So, you know, we're gonna see where this is headed, but as of right now, currently, this is where we're at. This is how I feel, and this is the backstory, because a lot of you guys seem really confused, and I don't want any confusion or miscommunication between me and my supporters and everybody else. Like, I want y'all, all of us, to be on the same page. This is not to out her business in a bad way, but I'm telling my side of how I feel about everything, how I started to think about different stuff, how I started to plan different stuff, and how we ended up living together, or how she ended up living with me in the first place. Because I feel like that's probably a big part of the story that y'all missing. I feel like y'all thought like we was just friends or something, like, and, you know, we was cool. You know, we had plans just to link and fuck, and that was it. Like, I drove 10 hours to Houston, got a hotel and everything, and that was it. Until that day, like, and I was thinking about that, like, the place or the address, and I was just like, that's crazy. Like, she didn't tell me, so it was a big, like, it was heavy on my mind and my heart, and I was like, you know what? She gonna be the last person, like, I saved, like, for real. And I'm okay with that, because I feel like I've done my due diligence when it comes to females and saving them. So it is what it is. That's all for this story time and this background. I hope you guys can really hear me. Like, I'm talking low, and my voice is a little strange. I had to yell really loud at work, and I got some soup. So I'll see you guys in the next video. That's it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Bye.
Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you running my space, but